Hey friends, Diane here. Mirror. Mr. Lucado gives us yet another amazing example of how you and I are supposed to live our lives. He talks about an officer, G.R. Tweed, who was trapped in the jungles of Guam, which was under Japanese occupation during the war in 1941. After years of surviving in harsh conditions, by God's grace, Tweed spotted a U.S. vessel, and again by God's grace, he had a mirror with him and knew how to signal the friendly ship using Morse code. The message SOS was sent and noticed by a sailor, and Tweed was rescued. Praise God, the mirror simply obeyed Tweed's direction. But what if it hadn't, Mr. Lucado asks. He says, prepare yourself for a crazy thought. Suppose the mirror had resisted, pushed its own agenda. Rather than reflect the message from the sun, suppose it had opted to send its own. First, Mr. Lucado suggests that instead of SOS, maybe that mirror is egotistical and wants to send out an LAM instead. Look at me. Is this not what we are seeing everywhere we look these days? Social media was meant to be a means of connecting people with one another, not a way of promoting oneself to gain attention and influence. Yet LAM seems to be the huge message we mirrors are flashing about. But worse than this, the author says, would be a mirror that is insecure. Again, thinking that life revolves around me, myself, and I causes us to think all the pressure of doing the right thing is on our tiny shoulders. We doubt that our Creator is able, or even desires, to help us do whatever we must. Self-doubt could paralyze the mirror, he says. Then there is the one I still struggle with, self-pity. What if that mirror focused so much on all the tough things that had happened to it that it just refused to reflect any light at all? With any of these scenarios, Tweed would have never been rescued. Good thing Tweed's mirror didn't have a mind of its own. But God's mirrors? Unfortunately, we do. Let's think about what we are reflecting today, and we will continue with this concept tomorrow.